Now we're going to record a script with Audacity. The student should have a script already written and approved and know more or less where the sounds are going to go. Once they do, they'll simply attach an external microphone if that's a possibility, and if not, go to a quiet area of the room where they can record. You want to try to eliminate background noise if possible. On the top of the screen, we have a pause button if you need to pause in the middle of recording, a playback button, a stop button, fast forward and rewind, and the record button. So I'm going to press the record button, and I'm going to demonstrate recording some audio. I can pause so that somebody else can take over and speak. I pressed the pause button to unpause, and again I can pause and then press pause again when the next person's ready to begin. As you're working through the audio, you may decide, the student may decide, that they need to take out some empty spaces, or perhaps they said something incorrectly. If the students have an issue they need to resolve, they can't make any changes if you're paused in the recording, so I'm going to press the stop button. And if this section of the audio needed to be removed, I can click my mouse and drag across, and then choose Edit, Remove Special, and we're going to split this clip up and delete the section. And it removed those words. Now, if I wanted to get rid of it entirely, again, I can highlight that section and just simply edit and delete. It depends on whether you want to leave silence in between or not. Now, what you may not realize is that you can have multiple tracks in the same production. So if I wanted, I could have another track down below. I can import my sound files by choosing File, Import Audio, and you have to remember where you had your sounds. Mine was on the desktop in the 6Sounds folder, and so I'm going to bring in the Crow and open that up. And I can make a copy of the files before editing and choose OK. And what you'll notice is that Crow sound is at the beginning of its track. I can highlight that sound and utilize the time shift tool. It looks like a line with two arrowheads on it. And once I do that, I can slide it over. You'll notice there's some talking up here and some talking over here, and then the crow. So when it plays back, it'll have this piece of talking. The crow will begin making its sound, and then before it's finished, there'll be some talking over the rest of that crow sound. So it's up to the students exactly how and where they want the sound to appear. I'm going to move my timeline down some more, and I can insert another sound. I can use the crow again. I could add something different. But I'm going to File, Import Audio. This time I'm going to have the car horn. Again, it's adding it as a new track, so I can select that car horn track. I'm still in the time shift tool, so you'll notice it does take the entire track and it will slide it around. If I wish, I can time shift that track right next to my last bit of talking. That leaves behind an empty track. I'm going to turn off the time shift tool, and I can just click the X. So there will be times where the students may want to have talking with that extra track, or they may want to have a section where it's just the sound by itself. If the students run out of time to work on the project, they can choose File, Save Project, and save it wherever they'd like it on the system. They do always remind you that this is just as an Audacity project. So if I wanted to pull this into another application, I could not just save this as a project. This is only for things that are going to reopen and be re-edited in Audacity, and that's what I want in this case. So I'm going to click OK. And you can place it wherever your students are interested. I'm going to keep it in my 6Sounds folder. This could be a problem if you have multiple classes working on the same kind of project. So I would suggest calling it the year and perhaps the grade, and then the group name, the team name, the last name of the student, whatever works within your system, and then I'm going to click Save.